Scholarship, long a badge of universal esteem to the Chinese, is now available to everyone. Gone forever are the feudal times when only the children of the rich could afford to be educated. Today, with free tuition, modernized teaching methods, and such added incentives as field trips and audio-visual aids, more than 95% of Taiwan's younger generation attend schools. Boys and girls in school uniforms love to visit historical landmarks, such as the museum, which houses relics of General Koxinga's reign. But, even as in America, the increase in students has raced far ahead of school building construction. In fulfilling the eager search for knowledge, classrooms operate on a 3-shift-a-day basis. Schools open at 7 o'clock in the morning and close at 8 in the evening. As a result, not only basic literacy, but higher education as well is becoming a way of life to the Taiwanese. Even remote farm families have children away at a college or university. Taiwan's birth rate is among the highest in the world, and the temple courtyards make fine playgrounds for the children. Overhead, the frowns and savage grimaces of legendary Chinese fairies and dragons frighten away the evil spirits. Most Taiwanese are followers of Buddhism, the greatest and gentlest of the many Oriental religions. Like numerous other forms of worship, Buddhism teaches that mankind's fate in the hereafter is influenced by his conduct while on earth. The veneration of idols, burning of incense, and the offering of sacrifices is a part of the daily life of every Taiwan Buddhist family. Replicas of the kitchen god and various other good luck charms are found in every native home. Christianity, however, is known and respected throughout the island, and missionary work is expanding. Mission schools and seminaries are teaching classes of native ministers to take over the work of bringing Christianity to their fellow men. Sunday morning services at the village church are well attended, for here on Taiwan, the people's right to worship the religion of their choice is one of the basic freedoms. A program of self-government adopted from Dr. Sun Yat-sen's book, Principles of Democracy, was instituted on Taiwan in 1950. Local magistrates, councilmen, and assemblymen are elected every 2 years. Here, in this impressive building in Taipei, are headquartered both the provincial government of Taiwan and the central government of the Republic of China. Taipei, the capital and largest city of Taiwan, was founded by the Manchus, who, in approved Chinese fashion of the times, promptly built a wall around it. During Japan's 50 years of rule, however, the wall was largely destroyed, and only the south gate now stands as a memento of days long past. At the center of town, broad, tree-shaded avenues with multiple traffic lanes reflect Western influence, in stark contrast to the narrow, winding, cobblestone streets of ancient China. The ugly outlines of bomb shelter entrances disfigure many otherwise picturesque streets, a grim reminder of the constant threat of armed aggression. Motion pictures from the United States, Japan, and Hong Kong are shown throughout the island in more than 500 theaters. On the site of an abandoned Shinto shrine in Taipei stands the Grand Hotel, built by the Taiwan provincial government. Brilliantly lacquered columns and many-tiered pagoda-style roofs, reminiscent of Peking's Forbidden City, surround the Golden Dragon Wing. Here, the visiting dignitary or diplomat may enjoy all the comforts of home, wherever his home might be, including a gourmet's choice of fine Oriental and Western foods. Kipling once wrote, "Never the twain shall meet." But here on Taiwan, the traditions and customs of West and East blend into a harmonious and tranquil way of life. A shopkeeper smiles with pleasure at our interest in his colorful works of art. An open-air restaurant. A water chestnut vendor. All lend the atmosphere and enchantment of ancient China. Across the street, the new Station Hotel entertains travelers from around the world with modern Western-style hospitality. On a teeming side street, a candy man shapes a sweetened almond paste into picturesque little birds and animals. His wares, sold for only a few cents each, are admired for a time, then eaten in sticky enjoyment. Plaintive sounds of drum and flute clear the thronging streets. Led by a juggler, musicians, and many scrolls of tribute and elaborate flower pieces, a funeral procession passes by. Many of the mourners are professionals, hired for the occasion, and have no connection or relationship with the deceased. Others, of course, are sincerely bereaved. With features hidden by a sackcloth covering, the chief mourners hold on to a length of muslin to avoid going astray, for the procession must wind through many miles of city streets and country roads on the way to the gravesite. The coffin is heavy and cumbersome, and its 32 carriers signify to onlookers that the honored deceased was a person of great wealth and influence. Public transportation is plentiful and cheap on Taiwan. A network of highways, railroads, and civil airlines offers fast and reliable service to all parts of the island. The Taiwan Provincial Railway operates 675 trains, carrying a daily total of some 300,000 passengers and 50,000 tons of freight. To handle the constantly increasing flow of traffic, the provincial government is rebuilding roadbeds, highways, and bridges, and improving equipment and station facilities. Demand for bus travel has increased tenfold in the last decade, as construction of new roads brings national parks and recreation areas within easy reach of a travel-hungry public. The spring and autumn pagodas in southern Taiwan are a favorite for outdoor parties and picnics, and are easily accessible by a short bus ride from Kaohsiung. During the last 2 years, the 120-mile east-west highway has been completed, joining the China Sea to the Pacific Ocean. This sky-high roadway crosses the towering 10,000-foot passes of the Central Mountain Range and winds its snaky trail through Taroko Gorge, comparable in scenic splendor to California's Yosemite. 5,000 Chinese and Taiwanese laborers, working only with hand tools and an insurmountable will, carved 35 tunnels through the hard granite mountainsides. 5 modern bridges span the cavernous valleys and ravines. Millions of dollars in natural resources, formerly inaccessible, are now within reach. New and untapped industrial power from the Great Lakes of the region. The hardwood forests and rich grazing areas of the highlands. The fertile black soil of the lowlands, waiting only for the farmer's plow. The door is open. The sacrifices have been made. Work for Taiwan, though you dream of the mainland, was the slogan of those who built the road, and are the words inscribed on the monument in memory of the men who gave their lives to make this dream a reality. The 20th century is the beginning of many things, not only of atoms and space travel, but more important, of a worldwide renaissance in the field of human relations. Here on this island, Americans have the opportunity and the privilege to participate in the most noble of all mankind's endeavors, to provide leadership and assistance to a young nation struggling towards self-sufficiency in a free world. For today, Taiwan is again on the way to becoming China, but a China with a difference. The people of the island are united in a common resolve that they will not rest until they have fulfilled their destiny, the restoration of human dignity and the establishment of their rightful place in the world's family of free nations.